Hello, everyone, and welcome to Good Journeys Tarot. This is a special edition of 78 Cards in 78 Weeks, in which we are going to celebrate my birthday and talk about a card that I previously created and maybe have some more fun along the way. We're going to begin just how we always begin. I'm going to share some things that have come into my life recently and share those with you. Last week, I actually wore this t-shirt. It is my first tarot-related shirt of any kind, and I forgot to show it off. And so I'm going to show it to you now. This is the card 78, i.e. the dance, which is from the Northwest Tarot Symposium event. I do love it. I am so excited to finally have a tarot shirt and to wear occasionally. A couple of other things have just come in. One is the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore. I have not a single Halloween themed deck in my collection, and I finally grabbed this one after seeing it at Northwest Tarot Symposium and talking to Barbara Moore and hearing people rave about it. And I am in love. If you want to hear more about that, there will be a walkthrough on Wednesday at 2 p.m. of the Trick or Treat Tarot. Another thing that arrived this week, which was kind of a surprise, was a birthday present from my mother. And you're going, wait, doesn't your mother usually give you a birthday present? Well, yes, she sent me money to go to Northwest Tarot Symposium and said, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. So I was not expecting to get anything in the mail, but I did. I got this cookbook. It's the official Star Wars cookbook from Disney and Lucasfilm. And there's a note on it. It says, search me well, because obviously she stuffed it with gift cards from, like Cheesecake Factory, where I got my birthday cake. And they make this fabulous pumpkin pecan pie cheesecake during October. If you've never had it, you have not lived. That's been my birthday cake for like a decade now. Every year. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The Cracker Barrel, which is not a place I usually go, but every year she sends me one of these cards, and every year I go and buy some things from the store part of Cracker Barrel, one of which is going to be a door prize tonight. I'll be looking at that in a minute. And then let's see. And then the Zaxby's card, another place I don't eat very often, but their salads are actually pretty good. And so breakfast, lunch, and dinner she sent me, along with a card, which actually had some money in it. And so I went to my favorite metaphysical store today and grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I came out with more stuff than I've ever bought there, some of which are going to be door prizes today and gifts for other purposes as well. I'll show you some of the things I got real quick. I got an assortment of incense, and I actually ended up with more incense than I had planned to buy, because it's like, I had bought like 5, and she's like, well, if you buy 6, you get 1 free. And I was like, oh, well, okay, might as well go with the free, right? And so I have plenty of this incense. This is fabulous incense. This is the best rosemary I have found anywhere. It's not perfumey. It actually smells like burning rosemary. Like if you were to throw rosemary on a fire or on a charcoal and burn it. I got some bath bombs. Woo-hoo. Some of these will be gifts as well. So excited. I got another candle. I love these candles, these crystal journey candles. I don't know if you guys have checked those out before, but I think they're fabulous. Love them. Perfect size. Here is one of the door prizes for today. Or maybe it'll be a prize in a contest. We'll see. It's our little fall kitty holding a sunflower. Had to include things that would remind you guys of me. And here is this mug. Relax, we're all little nuts around here. I think anyone who's watching this would enjoy it. So that will also be one of the prizes tonight at some point. Yeah, so those are, and I always have to buy the seasonal candy, right? So we've got some autumn taffy here. So maybe a little bit of that going in the boxes that are going out to various people today. Let me say hello to a few people in the chat, and then I will introduce my special guests who are going to help me talk about some tarot related things today. Let's see. TarotStache is here. I wonder where. Laura in Florida is here. Jonathan Daly, welcome. He is on the beach. Isn't it nice to be on the beach watching this? StrengthReversed is here. Ferocious Ink. Ferocious Ink will be here in 2 weeks, I believe it is. Ferocious Ink, for those who don't know right offhand, is Jennifer Steedley, who is responsible for the Tarot Disassembled, as well as an upcoming Oracle deck. So stay tuned to hear more about that. Let's go ahead and welcome our special guests who are going to help me talk about the wheel card as well as some other things today. First guest probably needs no introduction. He has been here several times. The one and only TarotStache. Oh my God, that is not even the crowns that we looked at.
There's always excitement when TarotStache is around. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Hello.
Okay. See, TarotStache showed us backstage 2 different possible crowns, and this was not one of them. That's great. Okay,
It's the mystery.
Apparently, you are being creative lately, huh?
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Our next guest also needs no introduction around Good Journeys Tarot. She has been here many times as well. My friend, StrengthReversed, Amy. Hi.
Yay.
And so Amy has gone with the Halloween look there. She's got her little spider on her head. Her Witch Please shirt.
Witch Please.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Yeah. So glad that you guys could be here with me for this special episode when I thought, okay, who would I want to be on to celebrate my birthday with me? You were the first 2 people that came to my mind online to spend my birthday with. So yay. So we're going to be talking about the wheel today in our 78 cards in 78 weeks. And the reason that I decided to do this is I work every year with a card of the year. And this is the card of the year. It's calculated based on
Mary K. Greer.
Brain freeze. Mary K. Greer's book, Tarot for Yourself.
We got you.
It was several years before I realized that because I have an October birthday, it really doesn't start until my birthday rather than at the beginning of the year. And since I realized that, it actually does it's been more relatable for me. Do either of you work with a card of the year at all? And if so, how do you select your card?
I do. I figure out the card of the year, adding up the numbers of the year. And then I also figure out my card of the year based on my birthday in that year. And like you, Rosemary, it starts at my birthday, and I have a November birthday. So I am this is a lover's year. So having a lover's year and being a certain way during that year, it adds multiple layers to it, because if your card is your upcoming year Wheel of Fortune?
No, it was my card starting last year. So today we're starting with my new card, which will be which we'll talk about in a minute. But and I meant to grab the book to look at, so I may pop off while Amy talks and grab the book. Amy, how about you?
I used to do the card of the year, but then I found out that I was it messed with my head because I found out it didn't start till my birthday. And then it pissed me off, and I was like, screw this card of the year stuff. And so I have it. I put out a card of the year strike. but I think mine was Lovers because I would pick it at New Year's, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that would be my card of that calendar year, but no. So
Uh-huh.
I think I was a Lovers too because I'm also November, and yeah, I'm sure I picked one and then promptly forgot what it was.
Yeah, because I am starting at my birthday this year. Mine will be a Wheel of Fortune magician, so I'll be a 10-1. And
Okay.
because I am a hermit in a lover's year. So it's very interesting.
Wait, I think I'm a Lovers with my birth year.
Okay. In a
So,
lover's year. So has this been a good year for you?
well, I don't know if it's my Lovers year now. Maybe that was just my birth
Okay.
card. I'll have to do some addition, and that requires a pen and pencil. I can't do anything in my head.
So
Stay
what's been
tuned.
interesting for me as I work with a card of the year is that sometimes the card shows up in a different card. Like for example, when I was working with the wheel, the chariot kept showing up, and those have an obvious connection, right? That movement. And
Mm-hmm.
so in some books you'll actually read about the Kabbalistic paths on the tree of life and how the wheel eventually will lead to the chariot going up the tree. And so they're related in that way. Um, like this year, my card is actually justice. So if I add up the date of my birthday this year, today, it's 11. The interesting thing about that is that technically it's also 2, which is the high
Mm-hmm.
priestess. And so on your birth card, Mary Craig Greer talks about how, one is your birth card, the other one is an influence on you, right? And
Yes.
so there is going to hopefully I'll see the high priestess at work too.
Mm-hmm.
But interestingly, the card that's been following me for the last month has been the Queen of Wands,
Um,
which people mentioned. Why were you and Jennifer talking
Jennifer.
about Queen of Wands?
Because the little image that you showed, the little statue, sort of
Cat.
has the queen,
Oh,
yeah, the
the
cat.
black cat with the
Yeah.
okay, there you go. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Wow, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking people associate me with sunflowers, and so I would get the one with the sunflower to give away. Okay, awesome. Great, got it. Ange is here. Welcome, Ange. There's Christine Louise and Joan B popping in. Thank you guys for being here.
Hello,
Um,
hello.
and so, does anybody in the chat do something different for your Wheel of the Year that you might want to tell us about? Either in the chat or I'm going to be posting the link to join the stream, however
Ooh.
briefly tonight. Um, and we will be having opportunities later as well to play a game. So stick around for that. Um,
Join us. You know you want to.
see if anybody actually does this.
Do
While you're
it.
thinking about that, another thing that I do is I start my year with my birth month, right? And so that's when I start redoing everything. Like right now, I'm collecting things to go on to redo my altar for the new year. And one of those was actually I got this beautiful um, Arabic writing stone
Oh,
from
wow.
the Simple Strands, New Age Gifts, and Coming Today. That's the store that I keep talking about that I love. So if you guys are in Georgia, head on over to Coming to Simple Strands. It's gorgeous. So that'll be going on my altar along with the Bone Stone. I've been working with the SKT Revelation for a year now. So now I'm going to embrace a little bit more of my witchy and fiery side. We were talking about
Yay.
that at Northwest Tarot Symposium, weren't we, Jennifer? That Queen of Wands that keeps popping up for me. And then I start my calendar in October. And so last year, my card of the year was the wheel. And so I designed the wheel to put in the front of my planner like I did with the business card this year. And at that last year's theme was red, so everything was red in my planner. And so I had designed the wheel originally as a red background with black and white figures on it and everything. This year I'm going with a little bit of a rainbow theme because I got these stickers free at an event I went to. So
that's fun.
So that's how we ended up with the wheel card this week. It's because I had already completed it, and I thought, well, let's talk a little bit about cards of the year and my card from last year and how it showed up for me, and share a little bit about the wheel. So I have a whole bunch of images here. I may or may not show them all because you saw a lot of them on Instagram. But I love where they take sometimes the symbols that are in the Smith Way and they arrange them artistically a different way. Like this is the Curious Travels. I love this deck. It's a cute deck.
I like the eye.
Yeah, I do. It's really nice. Let's see.
I've got so many decks out. I'm like going,
Here is the Lost Hollow, and it's very similar. This is a deck that mixes the Smith Way and the Thoth, and in this particular card, it seems to have embraced the Smith Way, though it has a little bit of a darker feel to it than most. It uses the astrological correspondences in the corner versus our creatures, something that we'll chat about in a little bit. So how about you guys? What are some of your favorite images that you've got handy?
I have one from the Journey of the Sacred Bee. And I like how it's the inner wheel inside the wheel. So all of the things are interconnected. I appreciate that. And do you have one ready, Amy? You want to go?
I have the Tarot of the Weird, which I love. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark, but I love the spinning wheel image because she's kind of like weaving the fate.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. And that fate is something that comes up a lot. Sometimes the card's called the Wheel of Fate. Sometimes it's called the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes just the wheel. What you have there, TarotStache?
This is the Uncommon Tarot. I like how it has the wheel. It has it has 8 points on it, and it also has this owl above watching. So I think there's an importance to about wisdom with that.
Absolutely.
So
in wisdom or time or things that will come up with this card, often we do see the wheel depicted with a lady, like we saw in Amy's. Here's the Slow Tarot, which is just the wheel and the lady. Here's the wheel on the lady. It's part of us and is, whether we like it or not, this is what's happening, right? Time moves on; it keeps going.
Yeah. And this is the wheel from the Wizard's Tarot, the Corinne Kenner. So I really like how it's spinning wheel. So, and we have the Maid Mother Crone image with it as well. So, no, Robin, I did not.
Welcome, Robin.
I have, and this one I just like for no particular reason, just because I like the artwork, and that's the Japaridze. I just like the way it looks.
Very pretty. Yeah. Here's another one with the ladies, and one of the reasons I took it out is in this one, the four corners are actually the seasons.
Oh, nice.
Which is something that you see in a lot of modern decks, is the use of seasons. The idea in most of those cards, I think, being that this is the Lady Fate. Fate being a god or goddess that has often been associated with either a single person or with a triple goddess like we see in the Bonestone and Earthflash.
Yeah. This is the wheel of fortune from the Out of Hands. or Out of Hand Tarot, Jamie Sawyer.
Mhm.
And I it's one of those that I appreciate. You see the traditional wheel right on the steering wheel, but then there's all of this stuff that is telling us that we have to turn around, we have to do something different, to take an unexpected route. So
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the Mott Tarot.
mm,
And this is, I think, Hera, who there's a whole myth about this of where the Milky Way galaxy came from. But this is more astrology based, and it's the idea that, you know, when you're born kind of influences a lot of your fate.
mhm.
This is the goddess as a single individual as fate, and you'll see spinning in a different way. This is the Minoan tarot, and so she's kind of spinning her cord as you might from wool or cotton,
Yeah,
by hand.
she's using a drop spindle instead of a
Yeah,
spinning wheel.
yeah.
Hmm. And I have, this is from the Wilder Woven Tarot by Greg White. I like the image of it, and I think what's interesting about this is this is one of those things when the salmon return to spawn. Many of them don't make it, and so we have a lot of water, and I think it's a pretty image.
Beautiful. Yeah, I do love when you see the seasons. It's like in the Ellis deck. There's also I think no, I'm wrong. But you'll see the wheel there surrounded by the seasons, and they did the same thing with the seasons and the moon phases.
Hmm. I
The
always like that.
lily white, I do love that. And even the numinous tarot went there, using the seasons around the wheel, but then in the corners they have the four suits of their particular deck, which are candles, tomes, vials, and bells. Um, um,
This is the Titanic Tarot.
Ah,
And his name is Robert. I forget his last name, but he was the quartermaster, and he was the person who was driving the boat. He was steering the boat when they hit the iceberg. So who knows what would have happened if, the wheel had gone the other way.
yeah.
We'll never know.
This is from the Morgan Greer, and this is a nod to some of the traditional Marseille. And I like this angle, and I like this huge hand, not a tiny hand, but a huge hand spinning the wheel, and people are falling, and they're going, and some, when they're up at the top, they're celebrating, but lo and behold, they're going to fall. And then I also have, this is from the Zany Tarot. And Rosemary, this goes back to that the phases of the moon are included in it, and I appreciate that. I like that. It's sort of,
yeah.
it's a reflection of what's going on in the world, and it syncs up with the passage of time.
One of my favorite wheel cards was the first one where I actually saw the moon phases was the Spirit Keeper's Tarot before I
Hmm.
got any of these other decks that do that. But the integration of the web of life there behind the wheel was actually kind of cool to me.
Yes.
I really liked that. And you've got the astrological signs as well. And also the alchemical symbols that you get on the
Hmm.
traditional tarot card that I really loved.
Yeah. And this is the one from the Ellis Tarot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like
So,
that.
yeah, and it has, sorry, Amy, and it has, so it does have the elements, but it also has the seasons, and it has that as well. I know what Amy's showing.
I thought I
Drum
better get
roll,
this in before
please.
you take it, Gerald. This is the Santa Muerte, and I like it because it's reversible, and you just, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I had that one towards the end of my little stack.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's perfectly all right. It's great. We have some of
I
the
knew
same
we'd all have
cards
them.
for a change, right?
Well, and we were talking about the tarot disassembled, and here's the tarot disassembled.
Mhm.
Let's break it down to traditionally what is on it. And as we read with it, it allows us the ability to connect those symbols and perhaps indicate where we could be on the wheel.
Yes.
So,
And in a little while, I want to talk about that book because I never really paid attention to the books before or the
mhm.
wings. In the RWS, these beings in the corners in the wheel card have wings and they're reading books. In the world card, they don't have wings or books. And I have some thoughts about why that is. So we'll chat about that.
Mhm.
I have 3 cards here which have like everyday kind of imagery for the wheel. Historically, this has occasionally been associated with luck or with gaming because obviously a wheel. And so we have this card from the Mystic Garbage, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And that may be familiar to some people from a particular show. That if you stick around, we're going to play for prizes. Yes, I love that one. And then this one from the newer elements is actually like a roulette wheel and
Oh, mhm.
has some additional things there too, like that DNA strand and playing cards and a lot of information in the image, even though at first glance it's all about the luck of gaming, right?
Yeah.
This is the mystical moments, and I like this one
Oh,
because everything's, it connected, and that's kind of what makes her. Everything has to work for her heart to beat, I
very
guess.
true.
Okay.
Yeah. This is from the Muse Tarot, and you were talking about we were talking about the moon phases, and we were talking about people falling, and this is one of those things. It is a natural part of life. So,
There's another everyday one. The Urban Tarot uses a Ferris wheel.
Oh, I like that.
Cool. Yeah.
I really like that. This is from the Midnight Sky edition of the Wandering Moon. It's very simple, but profound.
mhm.
Interesting. There's this idea that the wheel is about making the best choice. Hence that kind of that Ouroboros and the angel wings, like being guided in the right direction. That is an aspect of this card in some readings of it.
Mhm.
I like that.
Has anybody shown the unfolding path?
I don't know that one. Let's see.
This is the Wheel of Fortune in the unfolding path. And one of the things that I appreciate about this is she is in a lotus position. And when you look at what she's doing above, she's turning the wheel with her hands.
Okay.
And it appears to be radiating out from her. So there's a sense, instead of a complete random idea, perhaps it is a bit more in union with it. So, but yeah.
Here's the
Crow?
Murder of
Murder of
Crows.
Crows.
Murder of Crows, yes.
Gorgeous. So interestingly, this one, which is the Penumbra Tarot, uses a hourglass, and hourglasses show up in the tarot quite frequently, but often in very different places. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, the hourglass is the symbol in the Temperance card in the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh, and it's actually the symbol in my Judgment card that I created. And it's interesting
Yes.
how that image gets related to different things. But I do like the idea of the hourglass here, where you can flip things upside down. If you don't like the way it's going, you can turn it around.
There is an hourglass on the Santa Muerte
Yes.
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Yes. Also.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to get the... So in the Sherlock Holmes, this is a one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but it is Bradshaw's Directory, which is an interesting. It's a director illustrated book to London. So it's like, where are we going to go? And I need a book to be able to help me to get to where I need to go, because a lot of times when we're dealing with a wheel, it suddenly we lose our bearings, and we have to get our direction back. So yeah.
Speaking of losing your bearings, I do like cards like the Lightseers where there's some nod to standing at the center of the wheel or finding the point that's not spinning while everything kind of spins around you.
Yes.
I only have one more card. So you guys have anything else before I
This is from the Pulp Tarot.
Okay.
And this is one of those things that it has taken it and put it into a movie poster or poster format, but it has the basic symbols as you look on the wheel, there's some of those hardcore symbols that we usually have.
Okay.
So it's updated that. So I think there's a lot of really wonderful representations of it. So of the wheel that are available. So
I just have my least favorite wheel that I'm going to show.
Okay.
Which is it?
And I've showed you guys this before. It is the Robin Hood.
Yes, I remember chatting about this before.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't take it out for that reason, because I don't like it.
I like it.
I don't like it. It does sort of look like the game show, though, like Vanna White having a good day, Vanna White having a bad day. But it's interesting that the Empress is the one with the spinning wheel in the Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last one that I have here is one of my more recent favorites, and that's the Pocket Appears. How Jamie has just kind of like deconstructed the wheel as she's trying to create it, and has all of the symbols there where they've been taking apart and putting back together. And I kind of like that idea of, the wheel is a mechanism, right? There is a structure to it. And so so that brings us to the symbols that are on the face of the card. And one of those is the letters that are on the outside there. And some people look at it and see Rhoda, i.e. the order of things, how we assemble them.
There you go.
What the rules are, that kind of thing. And then other people see tarot or Torah, relating it back to the Bible and to Kabbalah. And but then there's also all these other symbols in this particular wheel, like the images between those letters, which are represent the three alchemical elements. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's inside. Outside is actually the name of God, Yahweh, Vahe, Yod-He, right? And so, or Yod-He, Vahe. I may have it backwards. My poor brain. And then on the inside, we see the alchemical symbols of sulfur, mercury, and see my brain, salt. And then there is also the symbol for, I'm trying to remember what the fourth one is. I have a book for that, don't I, Jennifer?
Amazing.
Amazing book. Let's see if it's in her book or if I saw it in the other book.
My book is over on the other side, so.
Well, I apologize. I don't have it in front of me. But speaking of, since we're talking about symbols, I did want to talk about the four in the corners. They change from deck to deck.
Mm-hmm.
We historically they've been associated with various things, from the fixed astrological signs to the um, creatures in the book of Ezekiel in the Bible, and also to the elements. Um, but I think the important thing is not necessarily what they represent, is what role they play in the card. They're basically designed to be guardians. So, like, they are protecting fate, based on the knowledge that they have, right, of what is to come, um, and kind of making sure things stay on the right path, so to speak. And one of the reasons that I feel like this card has the wings in the book and the world card does not is that in the world, we have achieved it. We've gotten to where we were going. We no longer need that kind of guardianship, that kind of knowledge. We have now learned that knowledge. So we don't need the books, and we don't, while the creatures are there present, as they always have been, they don't have to be on the defensive anymore to guide us, right, down life's
Mm-hmm.
journey, because we've completed that thing that we were trying to complete in our life. At least that's my 2 cents. So what are some of the symbols on here that stand out to you guys, or that are meaningful for you? Or um, I haven't mentioned the three, the Sphinx, Anubis, and the snake, because I can't really relate to them.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't connect with those three aspects of the card myself. Um, I get why they're there, and several books do a great um, explanation of them, and how, one is stationary, one is going up, and one is going down, and the Sphinx representing the unknown, and then um, the other characters representing other things. So in Jennifer's book, Anubis is there to represent death and transformation, i.e., something that happens with the wheel, right? It's a little bit about transformation, about life and death and change. Change being a huge aspect of this card, really. Um, Many of the texts that I've read point to it as the card of change. Um, I, I guess in a way I see it that way, but it's never been like my key word when I think of the card, right? I tend to think of cycles, right? Of
Well,
things that
yeah.
happen over and over due to an order, a rota, as it were. Um,
Well, and that's something really important for me is on the wheel. I want to see a wheel that represents some randomness, the chance that the chance that comes into everyday life. So I like the one in the light seers that you showed, Amy, that where she's standing on multiple wheels, and because it's a definitely a balance. And I like the ones where you see the gears on the inside as they work together, because if one of those goes out of place, the whole thing is off. So.
yeah. And so Toadstool Terry says the snake is rebirth, Sphinx is a puzzle, and
Mm-hmm.
Anubis is death. Basically, in one word, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The snake being about that rebirth, the Sphinx being about the mysteries, and Anubis being about that death and transformation. Eventually, the rebirth as the snake, so to speak. It's also the snake is also about the earthly connection, I guess, which is there, right? Because it's not all about what's going on in her head; it's also about what's happening in the physical plane.
Yes.
So great thoughts there.
That's why I don't like the lots of books and whatnot say that use the word karma, but I don't like that for the wheel because I think it's just unavoidable change, and it has nothing to do with, we're all going to age. The moon's going to go to the sky, the sun's going to rise, and it's that cyclical change that we cannot avoid. And karma is like a different card to me.
And I agree with you, Amy, because the way I got it in my head with the wheel is, it's the randomness of life. It's just what shows up. And I also know that when a wheel shows up, these are things that are out of my control. So I necessarily can't influence them, but it's my opportunity to adjust how I react to them. So
yeah, absolutely. So the Golden Dawn called this the Lord of the Forces of Life. And so in a way, it kind of relates a little bit to karma, but then also to that uncertainty that you guys have talked about, where things are going to happen the way they're going to happen, and we're going to have to deal with that change, so to speak. This card is connected to Jupiter. So of the planets, this would represent Jupiter, which is called the Great Beneficent, or Benefic in astrology. And so it's all about growth. And that's really what the wheel offers us, because when we realize that things are going to happen, regardless of whether we want them to or not. I mean, we may slow them down a little bit by changing our actions or our course, but the wheel's going to continue to spin, and we're going to grow if we recognize how we got to where we are before we move on to the next step, right? And so I kind of like that idea. So we talked a little bit about the idea of motion, and motion coming up here, about how things change. Interesting things that I read was some people associate this with deja vu, which totally makes sense, right? Because it's a wheel. You get back to the same point
I can
over
see
and
that,
over
yes.
and over again, right? And I've always felt like I have just major deja vu. All the time growing up. It was like, wait, I've done this before. When did I actually do that? There's actually an entire movie that I swear I had seen before it came out in theaters, and I'm like, what?
Oh, cool.
What? Yeah, and it's with an actor that I don't even like. So anyway, some people associate it with evolution, evolving. We talked about luck, cycles, destiny, a turning point, like we were talking about earlier, that opportunity for change. Let's see. So what about the shadow side? So how do you guys see the shadow side of this card? Is it any different? I mean, if it's reversed, it's still a wheel, right? It's still turning.
I think I don't read reversals. However, if it's in not a favorable thing, we're not ready to handle what is changing, and that will create more chaos. And I always like to think of the Wheel of Fortune is oftentimes it's fortunate because it's called the Wheel of Fortune. We may not have expected to go that way, but it connects us to somebody who was looking for us to give us a new opportunity. And reverse to me would mean that we're not open to those things and we're blocking that natural flow of life.
Okay.
I think that as Scorpios, Gerald, we instinctually know that something bad is not going to last forever, but something good is also not going to last forever. And so we're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I think the shadow side is some people really dig in their heels and they think that if I'm not happy all the time, I'm doing it wrong. Or they just really resist, that life is full of ups and downs, and it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be how you planned it. It's not always going to be what you wanted. And they, either want to check off, things that they want to go a certain way, and they don't really allow for the possibility that things might happen for a reason, or things might happen that end up being good or maybe bad. Shit happens is the lesson of the Wheel of Fortune.
So as soon as you said you were
Yes.
both Scorpios, the Libra had to balance the room.
Well, I'm glad you did, because the birthday girl should be in the center.
Oh goodness. So some people would say that it's resistance or delaying things. We don't want it to proceed, so we kind of pitch a fit and roll around on the ground until our universe drags us forward, right?
I think birthdays are a good example of that. Some people really resist that.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Well, I decided a few years ago, especially since the pandemic began, that if I didn't do something, nobody was going to do something, right? Because I live alone, and people still, like my friend group here locally, they're not into in-person meetings at all. So
it's got spiders on it. Because Amy's got a spider, and so I've got little itty bitty spiders.
Oh my gosh, that's the fourth one we've seen tonight. That's amazing. Yeah, and so in the idea of bad luck, if you think of it as upright luck, this would be your bad luck, that type of thing. So I'm going to show my coloring, because I have not been showing my colorings lately. I don't know why I've been doing them, but I just haven't been using them, because before I put them behind me when I was in my living room, and now I don't really have a place to display them. But here's my coloring. It's not, I didn't go too wild with it, although I colored the books the color of the elements, and I kind of made it resemble a little bit my own wheel, where I have that purple rose in the middle. So let's look at my wheel. Let's see.
Let's do that. Yay.
All right. Oops. Let's see. Share. And we want this one. Okay. So this is what I ended up with last year, although it was originally in all red and black. And I chose to use the moon phases and the astrological symbols in the corners. And then my symbol that I have everywhere, that as the wheel, right? And again, it reflects all of the elements, as well as that aspect of divinity or conscious that's guiding us in the right direction forward. And I couldn't resist but include the spider web from the Spirit Keepers Tarot, because I for some reason, I just love that whole web of life thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to include that. One of the things on here, it reminds me that I wanted to talk about for a second, is the Hebrew letter Kaf, which is associated with this, is about the palm of the hand. And there's this aspect of the hand of God, or the hand of fortune or fate guiding us.
Mm-hmm.
Associated with the card, and I kind of like that. Some Hebrew letters to me really relate to the cards, and some of them not so much. So when they relate, I have to mention them, right?
I love that. And I have to say, I do like the spider web, because very much like life in general, we do one thing, it causes a ripple effect. So when you pull on a spider web, many things shuffle, and I think that's a nice one.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts, and I'm very happy with this particular card, and the fact that I did it a year ago. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a special episode and talk about it on my birthday, since it was my card of the year, and now I'm moving into that Justice/High Priestess year. We'll see how that goes. So I do have some things that I was going to give away today. And while we wait for some people to click on the StreamYard link and join us for Wheel of Fortune to win some fabulous prizes, I am going to.
Link.
I forgot. I was going to
Click the link. Do it.
What the heck was I going to do?
Everybody's doing it.
Oh, I was going to go
Do it.
ahead and just share some of the things that if you want to do something for my birthday and you haven't already, that you could do. One is you could go to the link tree in the comments below and check out all of my social media and then give me your feedback. Like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what can I do better, that kind of thing. Another is if you're Facebook friends with me, I am raising funds for Trans Housing Atlanta. And we exceeded my initial goal, so I raised it. And now I'm like wishing that I had just forwarded everybody over to my Instagram because I'm doing a different fundraiser for another LGBT organization called Lost and Found Youth, which helps homeless LGBT youth get job skills and find housing and all of those things that they need when their families kick them out, right? And the fundraiser's not going quite as well as the one on Facebook. So hop on over to Instagram and support that fundraiser if you don't mind. But if you want to make it more personal, I do have an Amazon wish list on my link tree. And I learned how to prioritize it. So the hot items are at the top of the list now.
Did you? That's cool.
Prioritize it. If you prioritize it, right? The hottest one is another spice rack because I've run out of room for decks again. So we need to make some more room for decks over here on these shelves. There's also a Venmo link if you want to support my tarot habit or anything like that. The other thing that you can do for me that I would really appreciate is skill sharing. So if you know how to do any of the amazing things that I want to learn, reach out to me and let me know. Like how to do 2 cameras on StreamYard because I would love to like do some shots down on some cards and kind of thing, or apps that make life easier for you as a YouTuber. That would be great. Anything like that. Kinds of things that I'm finding that you don't learn at tarot conventions, like how to use the technology to do the things you need to do, right?
That would be a really great thing to offer at a tarot convention.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, feedback. I do love it when people give me feedback so I can improve and do things better and different. And we are still waiting for someone to join us. I would like to have at least one more person. TarotStache and Amy do not know what any of my puzzles are that I created. So I'm going to make them play if you guys don't pop in here.
Please pop in. Please.
Carla.
You don't want to play?
Joan B. You don't have to show your face.
Robin. Laura in Florida.
Jennifer.
So what is coming up on your channel, TarotStache?
I am thrilled to have tomorrow. I have a deck casual on my channel, which is TarotStache, right?
We
are talking. Yeah, no way. We're doing the Spirit Keepers Tarot Revelations edition. And so I have Zane from Tarot Token Witchery, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Barter Pat, and Benabel Wynn all going to be on. And we're going to be talking about our favorite cards and asking questions and sharing what the experience was like. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
So because we just finished a study that we did with it, and so people can join tomorrow and find out. Okay, Joan B. It's okay.
Well, when there are 3 other people, that's the best time to go on a live for the first time.
That's true.
All right. So, Amy, I know that you're busy with school right now and everything. Are you have anything coming up for us?
Oh gosh, school's kicking my butt this year.
Ooh.
I am no, I'm just gonna see what comes up. It's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna let the wheel turn and then we'll decide.
Snap! She just brought it in. There she goes.
All
So
right.
stay tuned anyway, because you never know what it might be.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, this
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday we will be doing. I will have a walkthrough of the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore that I just got, and then next week, for those who don't already know, we're having our spooky special episode
Ooh.
with Sasha Graham. There
Yay.
will be a prize for best costume if anybody wants to dress up and pop into the live for a minute next week. And we will be talking about the King of Cups. That happened to be the card that we drew for Sasha for next week. So look forward to
Very
that.
nice.
It will be at my regular time. And it looks like that Robin has popped in. And so we have 3 players now. Yay!
Yay.
Amy's going, wait, she's counting me. Welcome, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Happy birthday. I'm a little bit scared. I don't know what I'm letting myself in for. So
Oh, yeah.
Neither
don't
do
know.
we, Robin. We don't know either.
We are going to play Wheel of Fortune. And so let me just share that screen. Share screen.
I've got my all-seeing head crown on, so.
Okay, so let me pull up the puzzle. Whoops. Come on. There it goes. All right, so this is our first puzzle, and I am going to put you in the order that you're on my screen right now. So Gerald
Ooh.
is player 1.
Ready, player 1.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's not what I needed. I needed that one. Amy will be player 2, and Robin will be player 3. And so this is going to be a little bit more simplified version of Wheel of the Fortune. We're going to do a few puzzles, and some of the things you'll probably recognize right away, and some of them you'll go, okay, I'm just going to have to pick letters until I get it. And then, but basically it will work like Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to choose a number, and I'm going to let you 3 guess the number. Whoever comes closest without going over will go first. And I will spin the wheel. I have to spin the wheel for you because it's on my computer here. And that'll determine how much money you get, which will be your points. And then whoever has the most points after we get through 3 puzzles will win.
For entertainment purposes only, right?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So I have a number in my head. Gerald, what number do I have in my head?
Between what and what?
100.
oh my.
75.
Okay. Amy?
3.
All right. Robin?
99.
Okay. Amy's the only one who didn't go over, and she wasn't even close. It was
Wow.
52. It was 52. I'm not going to tell you why I chose that one, but okay. All right. So then Amy will go first. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to spin. Oh, I'm going to spin for you. See how much money you're going to get for this letter. You lose a turn.
Oh,
okay.
That's the
All
wheel.
right. So
Dang.
Robin,
That's
let's spin the
lesson of the
wheel.
wheel.
Oh, I keep hitting the back button instead of spin the wheel button. All right, Robin, 2,500. How about that? That's great. All right, so
I choose the letter T.
okay. All right, so the letter D.
Oh
There
no,
are 2 Ds.
He said
I said T, but I'll take the D.
No, that's okay. We'll do. Oops. All right. Well, I misheard you, and there was no T, so we'll give it to you. D, and there's a D. All right. And then it didn't register. Dang it! Why didn't it register? My poor wheel. Okay, that's. Let me try that again. Why didn't it do? Oh, come on. Trying to get it closer to 2,500.
It's all right. I don't
All
mind.
right, there, 2 and Robin. There you go. We'll give you 700. How about that?
That's fine.
All right, you get to choose another letter since you got the D
Oh.
right.
Right. R.
R. Oh, there are 2 R's.
Ooh, look at that.
All right.
Hmm.
Do you spin again for him?
Do we spin again?
It's been so
again.
long since I've seen Wheel of Fortune.
I think you keep going until you miss a letter.
Miss a letter, yeah. I think so.
Did I already ask about T?
No, you did not. You did, but I didn't know you did. So T, there is no T's.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the end of my.
Right. So, all right. So that'll be the end of your turn, and we will go to Gerald. Gerald, let's spin the wheel.
I keep wanting to go. What are you supposed to do? Yay! Yay! Yay!
Big money.
Big money! Big money! Big money!
Yes,
I'll have an L, please.
Okay, an L. There are no L's, Gerald. I'm sorry.
Crap.
All
no,
right.
You're not. Dang it. All
right, let's see. All right. Amy, 600.
I'll try an S.
An S. There are 2 S's. So Amy is on the board.
Okay. Do I spin again?
And you guess another letter.
Okay.
So you get one wrong.
Let's try a W.
All right. Oh, no W. All right, let's spin for Robin.
Come on, big money, big money. Oh, that's a different game
since
show.
I watched Wheel of Fortune, we're probably playing it wrong, but I'm doing it the same way every time. So, haha. So 900, Robin. What letter would you like?
H.
H. Okay. Nope, there's no H. Hold on. I'm trying to remember how much vowels are. Vowels are 1,000. Okay, just FYI. All right, and then that brings us back to Gerald.
Joan B should be here because she said she knows it.
900.
I would like an M. M.
There are no M's, Gerald.
Really?
Yes. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, Amy. Let's see. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, this might be a harder one because it's actually specifically related to my channel. So.
Oh, it is?
800.
Well,
yeah, I'm
okay.
sorry. The category is GJT.
How about oh crap, the one I was gonna pick is not there. A B?
A B.
As in Baker?
No B's. All right, let's go back to Robin.
Come on, Robin. Show off. You got this.
All right, Robin, pick a letter.
Let me ask, what is the GJT underneath the puzzle for?
So that's the category. So it's basically just Good Journeys Tarot. It's my channel.
Okay.
So this is specifically related to my Good Journeys Tarot practice.
Okay.
And channel. So.
Joan, you should message me. I'm winning with you.
K.
K. There are no K's. Gerald, you might get some money by now, right? Let's see.
I'm like going, oh my gosh.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, it says 600. 600. Okay.
I would like a Y.
There are 2 Y's.
Oh.
I would like a G.
You've got one G.
I would like a J.
He's just going to go ahead and pick all the letters instead of solving the puzzle, aren't you?
I would like an N. I don't know the second word. That's the problem. Oh my God. I would like to buy a vowel.
I know it. I know it.
Which
Yes,
vowel?
which is why I'm like when I'm dragging this out. I would like to buy an O, please.
There are 4 O's.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
You deserve good journeys.
That is correct. Now, if I can know how to reveal the puzzle, let's see.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go. You deserve good journeys. All right. So right now, at the end of this round, Gerald is in the lead with 27.
Amy, I'm looking at it. I'm going, I don't know that first word. I don't know.
I thought for sure it was the.
Me too.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right. So, so everybody deserves good journeys. And I have a newsletter that goes out when I remember to do one. And I have enough audience to send it out. So check out that link on my link tree. Our next puzzle. There we go. That was the solve song. That's where the solve button was. I finally figured out. All right, let's see. Let's load puzzle 4. I don't remember what it is, but there it is, puzzle 4. So Gerald, you are currently in the lead, so you get to go first. Let's spin that wheel.
I keep wanting to say, is it big money, big money, big money, big money, big?
No whammies.
You go bankrupt.
Oh, not the whammy. Sorry. I jinxed you,
Let me
Gerald.
see how you do bankrupt. There you go.
You know what? It's just like the wheel. It'll all work out.
Absolutely. All right, Amy. All right, 500, Amy. What letter can we get for you?
T.
T. There are 2 T's.
Ooh. This is the decks. Okay.
Okay.
It's the subject is, or the topic
the subject is decks.
I'll take an N.
Okay. There are 3 N's. And Amy takes
I know
the
what
lead.
deck it is, and I can't think of the second word because I don't have the deck.
Would you like another letter?
A D. A D.
A D. All right, let's see. There is 1 D. It's not where you were hoping it was.
How about an S?
Sam or Frank?
Sam.
Oh, okay. All right, there are 2 S's.
Oh man. I do not know the second word. How about an R?
An R. Okay. There's 1 R.
Ooh.
And I'll take a B.
All right.
She's
There's
working
1
it.
E.
Oh gosh. An H.
There are 2 H's.
Man.
Do you know it, Robin? Don't say it.
Yeah, I do, but I can't remember the third word.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember. Okay.
I can. Joan B knows it.
See, we should have had Joan B on. She would be racking up the points here. Hi, Kim. Welcome.
An F.
F as in Frank. There's one F.
Oh gosh. Oh, an L.
Yeah, I knew Kim would know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
An L.
An L. All right. There's one L. And we are down to vowels. Would you like
Ooh.
to solve the puzzle or pay for a
I guess
vowel?
I'm gonna take a stab at it. I cannot think of the beginning of the last word. It's bone stone and art flesh.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect, baby. All right, let's spin
Robin,
for
does
Robin.
Robin steal all my money now?
No, you still have your
Okay.
money, but you don't win.
Does Robin get to spin even when there's no?
Oh, there's no vowels. That's true. There's no
You have
vowels.
to buy vowels.
Oh, I'm just going to solve it.
Okay.
Bone, stone, and earth flesh.
Yay!
Yay! All right.
Wow.
All right. We're going to do one more puzzle and give Robin and Gerald maybe Gerald has a chance of catching up, right?
You never know.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm missing something, right? Because if you win the puzzle, then
you should get
have more. You should have more points than the person who didn't, right?
Yeah.
That's why I thought, does he take my money? But he wouldn't take all the money. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you only get the money if you solve the puzzle.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So that means you have 2,700 from the first round, and Robin has 2,100 from that round, I think. Right? No,
I didn't get any. I got no money on the solving.
Oh, that's right. Gerald, who solved the first one?
I did, but I got a bankruptcy.
Gotcha.
Bankruptcy, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do one more round. Because everybody's going to get a prize at this point. So
it's a prize just being with all of you.
All right. So
it's just fun. Event.
So
I go first because I won.
And since you solved the puzzle, Robin, let's spin for you.
Big money, big money. Woo!
500. All right.
I'll take an S.
There's one S.
Ooh.
I'll take a T.
There's one T.
I'll take an N.
There is one N.
Is there a V?
There's no V. All right, let's spin for Gerald.
I think I might know it too, but I'm
600. All right, Gerald.
May I have an R, please?
There is a one R.
May I have a C as in cat, please?
There is one C.
May I solve the puzzle?
You may.
StarCon?
StarCon, that's correct. And I actually mentioned, what's funny is I mentioned both of the last two puzzles during today's live.
Look at that. Making
I
sure we pay attention.
And I talked about StarCon.
I knew that right away, Rosemary, when I saw it was an event.
Okay. Well, let's see. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. Let's do one more puzzle, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. So glad so many people have popped in to say hello and check everything out. And I just thought this would be a great opportunity to have some fun with the tarot community and to promote myself a little bit.
Of
Glad to
course.
see some new faces here.
Can someone tell me what StarCon spell what the letters are? Why are there two
So-
A's?
It is Southeastern Tarot and Artists.
Convention.
Well, there's an R. The R. I'm trying to remember what the R is.
Hmm.
Because
I'm
I know
looking
this
it
with
up.
the two A's. The two A's is tarot and artist. Maybe it's tarot, artist, and readers convention.
That makes sense.
Maybe I'd have to look at the website. I can't remember, but I remember there was a reason they put two A's in it when they did it.
Cool.
All right, so the last one is actually the song. So,
Oh God.
let's see. Who got the last puzzle? Was it? It was
No.
TarotStache again, wasn't it?
I did. Are you supposed to click on that little arrow so that the round money goes into the totals?
Oh, that's probably mine. Probably, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Now we know for next time.
Yes, for next time. We'll have to play Wheel of Fortune again. I'll be happy to be Vanna on anybody's channel at any point if you want to play it, because they've already got the thing and worked out all of the bugs. So,
Southeastern Tarot Artists and Readers.
yes, there we go. Southeastern Tarot. Thank you, Amy. All right, Gerald, you were at 2,500. Woo!
Dang.
I would like a T as in Tom, please.
There are two T's.
I would like an H as in Harry, please.
There is one H.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
An
I think this is the buy a vowel button. Yep. Oh, it's 250. I thought it was 1,000, but okay. A is an apple.
Yes.
There are two A's.
Oh crap. I don't I'd like to buy an M as in Mary.
Okay. There's one M.
Oh my gosh. Do you know this one?
I know it.
May I buy or may I have an R as in Robert, please?
There are no
Okay.
R's.
I don't.
I
don't
thought
know
maybe
it.
you knew it.
I don't.
All right. Do what?
I don't.
Okay. All right. So, Amy, big money, huh? Let's see. All right. I don't know whether that's 600 or 650. Oh, 650. Can I get a letter?
A Y.
A Y. Yes, there are
Ooh.
two Y's.
Give her her money. Give her her money.
Yes,
Oh,
I will
yeah.
give you her
Yeah, money. I need my money.
Big money, big money, big money.
An S.
Sam or Frank?
Sam.
Okay. See, I can't hear. That's my problem in this ear.
Oh.
Gerald's like, I know it now. I know it.
C. Charlie.
Hi, Jane the Seeker.
See Charlie. All right.
And F. Frank.
She's gonna keep gaining points.
I'm gonna
'cause she
rack up
knows
some
already.
money.
Well, this is,
I won't
this is
get
what.
7 grand, but still. Is there a P?
Oh, there. Oh. I started saying no, but yes, there is V.
Give her money.
Yes.
Give her money, give her money, give her money.
Yeah, it'll actually, after all the letters, it'll actually.
Rosemary, I'm giving you a hard time. It's your birthday. I'm
Oh,
not.
thank you for
I'm
giving
not.
me a hard time.
I'm not able to give you spanking. So
I'm gonna solve. Play that funky music.
Play that funky music.
Woo! Yay!
No,
Yay!
everybody has won a round. So I actually have a TikTok. If you haven't seen my TikTok channel, you want to hop onto my link tree in the description box below and visit it to see all of my cards set to music
Oh,
with some
nice.
words and stuff. And occasionally I do some goofball things there too. As we all do on TikTok. I want to thank TarotStache and Amy from StrengthReversed being here today. And I want to thank Robin for popping in. If the three of you will stay backstage for a second, I just need to touch base with you about your prizes for today.
Uh-oh.
And I'll be right back. All right. So, and then we'll remove this one. I want to thank everybody for being here for my birthday and celebrating with me and playing this fun little game. I certainly am willing to do this again at any time on my channel or yours if you like, talking about tarot cards or creating Wheel of Fortune for you. And I want to say the reason I call you guys sunflowers is because you brighten my day by being here. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. Until next time, everybody, good journeys.